Hey everybody. Had something on my mind the other night. I did a video on suicide, and I was talking to my colleague Charles, who's probably watching this video sometime tonight, sometime tomorrow, sometime in the near future. We're talking about the impact that suicide has on people's lives. I will say this: the impact that words have on people's lives is paramount to their survival or their destruction. Um, It is of monumental importance to understand that our words can create life or they can destroy life. I'll give you an example. This is going to be a very quick video. Um, but there was a young boy in 1990 that I met. His name was Michael Brown. Okay. Now he was being bullied, and he was, I was being bullied. Because middle school is not for the faint of heart. Um, the Bible says to be like a child, or else you will not enter the kingdom of heaven. But children can be cruel at times, and I know for a fact that your development as a young person is contingent on the social status that you have in your schooling as well as your home. So to make a long story short, I was being bullied, and Michael was too. Michael a lot more than what I was, but I knew what it felt like to be bullied. Okay, so one day I walk up to him because I was trying to deflect some of the flack that I was receiving from other children in sixth grade in 1990. I went up to him one day and I said, "Michael, you're stupid." And he looked at me dead in the eye. He said, "You're right, I am." About a week later, he rode his bicycle in front of a semi and killed himself. He committed suicide. So my words directly impacted the life and the morale of this young boy who could have grown up to be a doctor. He could have grown up to be a lawyer. He could have grown up to be an engineer, a physician, a doctor, a nurse. He could have been a mechanic. He could have been an architect. But my words directly impacted this young man's life because I was a contributor to his death. Okay, that may be kind of harsh to say that, but at the same time, it's a fact. He is not here today because of the words of what I said to him. Because of the words that I said to him, he chose to take his own life. And I remember the wake, and there was these two boys, young boys, same grade, who were mocking his death. Maybe because that was their defense mechanism to not be hurt, to not show others that they were emotional or whatever. But to make a long story short, this young man, Michael Brown, is not here anymore because his parents bullied him at home and abused him at home, emotionally, mentally, physically. I'm not sure. I wasn't there. But at school, he had no reprieve, nor at home, he had no reprieve from the dangers and the malevolent effects of pressure, of hatred, of discrimination, of being made fun of. And he rode his bicycle in front of a semi. How can a young boy of 10 or 11 years old ride his bicycle in front of a semi? And the last thing you see of this person is a photograph of his bicycle underneath the wheels or the carriage of a semi truck, a sixth grader. And this is the impact that we have upon people. We can build relationships or we can destroy lives with our words. Be very, very careful about what you say to people because you never know if it's going to tip them over the edge. Suicide is definitely not an option, but this little boy, Michael Brown, chose suicide. So what I want to do today is I want to remember the people that have fallen into the throes of suicide. I want to remember them. All right? And I remember you, Michael Brown. It's 30 years later, but I still remember you. Peace.